Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Crispy, and I sense it's time for some Moonstone Island tips and tricks. First thing you want to do when you turn on the game, make sure you go over to this settings screen and turn on Always Sprint. It'll save you some time and let you speed around town a lot faster. Next thing you want to make sure you do is always pick up stone fruit and flax flowers. These are two of the most important items in the entire game. Stone fruit will actually repair your stamina, and flax flower is how you recruit new creatures to be on your team. When you're in town, there's plenty of cool places to explore, but make sure you look out for stuff like this. Down at the very south part of the first island, you can grab this little arch, and what this arch gives you is a special buff for your starting creature right off the bat. You can pick any one of these three. I ended up with Meditate. There are tons of workshops and shops in town, and the most important one right off the bat will be the Carpenter here. He's going to let you expand your house for materials and money, but also he is going to be the one that will build your spirit barn, where you can house many more creatures, because at first you can only hold 3. In between the Carpenter and the Fisher, you can get a warp whistle. Warp whistle is going to be great and incredibly useful, because then you will be able to teleport back to the starting island if you're traveling somewhere else. After you grab the warp whistle, make sure you come south and come into the fishing shack. Fishing shack, what I'd recommend is make sure you have a decent amount of money on you already, because you want to buy everything here. And as far as I can tell, nothing depreciates. You just buy it once and you have it. And you want to get this rare lure, and here's how you fish. You press Y to throw your rod in the water, and then once you get a bite, you'll hit it again, and then you just follow the fish with the cursor until the bar completely fills up. Once it completely fills up, you've caught yourself a fish. And as long as you bought that rare lure, you're always going to be guaranteed a rare, more expensive fish. Sometimes you're going to get random stuff though, like boots and stuff, but the funny thing is that they have metals associated with them, so sometimes they'll actually be worth a decent amount. Here's a quick little price on a few of them right there. One of the most important things to always have in your inventory is stone and wood, so you can build bridges. Bridges are lifesavers and will allow you to access areas in dungeons and in your world, and even to other islands, just by having wood and stone on you. It's incredibly simple. Wood and stone is very plentiful, and you can do very simple things like reaching extra islands, reaching little mini islands on your home starting island, and actually progressing through dungeons. Dungeons are really cool, and puzzles, I'm not going to spoil it by showing you the whole dungeon, but it's some really good loot at the end of them. They're really cool. You're walking around your village, make sure you have your hammer out and break these really big rocks, because every now and then when you break a really big rock, you might just find a mine shaft, and a mine shaft is a literal gold mine of materials. Tons and tons of ore and stone, not to mention that if you look up in the top left-hand corner, you see a chest icon with a number. That means that's how many chests are down here in the mine. And chests contain blueprints, so that is how you can unlock blueprints. You unlocked a torch, and the cool thing about torches is all you have to do is craft one. You can carry it around and it'll light your way for you. Mines are also a great place to find and recruit new creatures, and it's very simple to do so. Basically, when you're battling, the battling system is done with cards, and it's based on which creature you already have. All creatures come starting with a little shield icon, and that is their defense. If you use bash to break that, if you reduce it to 0, then they're stunned. The important thing to remember is while they're stunned, they can't attack you, but you also cannot recruit them. So if you're trying to recruit the monster, do not stun them. You want to get them weak, and then you want to feed them a flax seed. Basically, once you stun them, you have to wait for them to become unstunned before you're allowed to feed them a flaxseed to try to recruit them. So you see that here, we're waiting. I think it takes about 2 to 3 turns for them to become unstunned, and then you're able to give them a flaxseed, and then it's up to the RNG gods if it decides to join your team at that point. Once it does, if you have room in your medallion, you can put them in your medallion. That puts them part of your permanent team immediately, or you can move them to your spirit barn if you already have it, or the science center, which is basically where they go to hang out until you have room for them, or if you just want to donate them. In this battle, I give you an example of not only how easy it is to actually recruit somebody, because it doesn't even matter sometimes how high their health is, but if you have room on your team and you hit add to your medallion, they instantly join the fight on your side. So at the beginning of this fight, he was against me, I recruited him, and he's instantly on my side fighting for me. It's a really cool feature and could actually probably save you in some battles. Not 100% sure on if one of your team members dies, if you can then pick up another recruit. I don't know if it works like that. I haven't had anybody actually die on me yet, so we'll see. Sometimes from chests you'll get spirit eggs. Spirit eggs will let you hatch a brand new creature for free. You just have to have access to the spirit barn and an empty nest. Here's a very important thing that I didn't realize offhand right away. Guys, read your journal, because turning in some of these quests will get you some very important blueprints and progress your game a lot easier. I was running around ignoring my journal for the entire beginning of the game, and it turns out, well, some of these quests are super quick, super easy, and give you access to stuff that you were wondering how you get. Like, all you have to do is have a little bit of wood and a little bit of stone, and you can craft the cell crate, and you just put 20 stone in there, or just like that, you get the blueprint to your furnace. Furnaces obviously are very important for smelting. You can put it wherever you want. Figured it made sense to go inside my little tent. The crazy thing about smelting, though, make sure you set this up like at the beginning of your days maybe or something, because it takes 3 hours for one thing to smelt. It is quite a long time, so just throw things in there and go about your day. The other very easy quest to turn in is just any time you're done out battling. You can do this really early. You can just finish battling. You don't have to even have a recruits. You don't have to send a recruit to the science center. You just have to go do a little bit of battling, and after you talk to this guy once, you come back and you talk to him again, and you say turn in spirit research, and just like that, you complete this quest, and this is how you get the spirit barn blueprint. Basically, you'll turn in the research from whatever you've been doing, and then the next day you'll get a letter in the mail that says, hey, here you go, here's the blueprint for the spirit barn. And then from that point on, all you have to do is go talk to the carpenter, and you'll be able to build it. These moonstones are cool because basically you have until 2 a.m. every night before you pass out, and it's good to go out at night because these moonstones are glowing in the darkness. And that's the easiest way to find them, and you're going to need them for a lot of stuff. So go out at night, just make sure you're home before 2 a.m. or you pass out in the street. And yeah, just make sure you're never out trying to do anything on a Sunday, because apparently the entire town takes the day off on Sundays. Classic Animal Crossing style. So just make sure you have nothing else to do on a Sunday except actually work on your base, maybe work on your farm area, anything that doesn't involve the shops. But there you go, that was a quick little video, a little tips and tricks to get you started out fast in Moonstone Island. This game is fantastic. It just released for the Nintendo Switch and is also available on Steam. There's introductory sale prices and links in the description below if you want to pick up your copy today. I highly recommend it. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe and come back for more. I'm going to be streaming this a lot, so come back and check it out, and maybe check out some of the other series I have on the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, always remember, stay crispy.